Hey, Taurus. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this video resonates with you, please give me a like, share, and subscribe as I'm just getting started. Okay, Taurus. So we have the empty room, the dead end, the destroyer, the river, the shapeshifter, the mentor, and the gem. Taurus. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess we'll start with the empty room and the dead end because I feel like there's just this idea of really like pulling away. I mean, the empty room is kind of the similar energy to the hermit, right? Just really having to pull away and uncover, like who are you outside of the context of all of those things that you would use to describe yourself, right? Like I'm an employee at X, Y, and Z, or I own this company, or I do, like I am this person's son or daughter, or you know what I mean? Just kind of like all of the ways that we form our identities that really don't have anything to do with like who we are as people. Um, which I mean, obviously your family has a big effect on you, and that's not really what I'm saying, but I feel like you get what I'm trying to say. There's just this idea here of really having to, like, who am I? If I'm not them, then who am I? And really just having to, I want to say, understand like why it is that you are coming up against these dead ends, and why it is that things weren't working out. And I feel like in this point of isolation of really, like who am I outside of all of these people? And why is it that these relationships have proved to be, dead ends for me? I feel like it's just kind of this like really identifying yourself outside of a group of people or outside of an organization or however that plays out for you. Okay, and then we have the destroyer and the river. And I want to say that there's the idea here of you guys really feeling like you're missing out on something um, that's that's I want to say pulling you out of like almost like a state of depression and into a state of anger. I feel like something happens that really upsets you and makes you want to like lash out at someone or something. Um, because I feel like there's an idea here of really like losing sight of your value, um, and having someone who is able to really, I want to say like offer you some guidance into how it is that you can like grow into who it is that you are. Um, I want to say like change. I don't know. It is what it is. I get the image of somebody like those cartoons where they like pull the zipper down and then they step out of this like costume, but the costume was basically like they were a completely different person. I feel like you've been breaking down all of the reasons that you don't belong in whatever environment it is, and you've been doing it in a way that's felt very isolated. But I feel like you're kind of coming out of this state of isolation, and you're coming out with like some powerhouse energy that is refusing to be left behind and stepping into who it is that you are outside of all of these ideas that have been placed on you, so that you can go for what it is that you really want. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Okay, that was like a whole stack. We won't take that whole stack. We'll take these though. Okay, what did we get here? The Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Again, just this energy of really pulling away, understanding why it is that you don't belong in some of the communities, environments, workplaces, however that plays out for you. Just like, why does this not fit? Um, and I want to say like breaking out of it. I mean, there's a level of like of aggression and vindication and like I'm gonna bust out of this and like fuck anybody who gets in my way kind of. Which I mean I don't hate it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that if you've been in an energy that has kept you feeling very trapped, kept you feeling disconnected from yourself, then it's important that you understand why you were experiencing that disconnect. And sometimes anger motivates us to do the things that we didn't have the motivation to do before. And I really do get the feeling, Taurus, that there is some anger um, that has occurred that is really just kind of like this, like I'm so sick and tired of feeling like I want to say inadequate, or like I'm like I don't fit in this, and like fuck you, I don't want to fit in, I'm not meant to fit in. It's kind of how that feels. And really I want to say just like experiencing like come at me, I dare you, like question me, I dare you, like this feels very, I mean it feels empowered. Sometimes you just got to have that anger, you just got to allow yourself to experience the anger, to break away from what it is that you would otherwise not, I want to say, have the courage to break away from. And that's not a judgment at all or like a criticism, it's just an acknowledgement that sometimes we are in so deep that the only way to get out is to get pissed, right? Because otherwise we get, I want to say, just like swept away in the apathy of it all. And that's where you've been feeling really depressed because you became apathetic towards your circumstances. And then, like, and unmotivated to change them until it became oppressive to you, to a point where you literally, like, the only, like, you got pissed or you're getting pissed and you're like, I'm not going to miss out on my chance. Because I feel like you've made a decision that brings with it a high level of justice to really go towards something or someone that you love, that requires you to show up like with it, like in a complete, I want to say in a more sincere manner, but that sincerity is very different from like the suit that you've been wearing of like the person who you're trying to be to appease all the people around you until you just can't even take it anymore, and you are off to be the person I think you have it in you to be. And I want to say you're not doing it alone. I mean, you have the King of Swords, the mentor, and Justice, and I feel like there's an idea here of having some help along the way. This could play out in a number of ways, Taurus. This could just be, like a friend who says, "Hey, there's a job here. Like why don't you come apply for this job?" And like and so you go and you do that. Or you have an opportunity to move entirely, and so you question this opportunity until you almost miss out on it, and then you see your friends doing it and you're like, well, wait a second, like I'm not going to be left out on this. Like I feel like there's a trigger of just like I will be good and goddamned if I'm going to get left behind. um okay, Taurus, let's see. Eight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, I mean, again, it's that energy of like, I will be good and goddamned if I'm going to be left behind or to be confused, or, like I'm going to go towards what it is that I want, because I feel like there's something that you want that maybe somebody else wanted it too. Like the idea of like, well, I really wanted that job, but they went for it and they got it. And like, they only went for that job because I wanted it, and so like, I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity. I'm going to go for this because it's like, it's that much better. Or I'm going, like, I don't know how this is playing out for you exactly, but it feels almost like somebody else got to do something that you wanted to do and it pissed you off, but it pissed you off in a way that motivated you. So it's like, whatever, you know, work with the emotion that you have available at that point in time. As long as you know, as long as you use it to do something useful, you know, like exert that energy. Don't be pissed at the people around you, you know, like do it yourself, you know. Like it kills me when people are like, well, they did this and they did that, and I was like, well, what did you do? You know, like how did you work towards that? How did you attempt that change? You know, because it's not about other people, it's about you. And I feel like that's really been like this whole thing because hasn't it been in your read that like somebody else, um, like there was an ending and then you were really feeling like you needed to figure things out and you wanted to do something. But I feel like you've got judgment and justice. You know, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of like high level energy here of really, I want to say, like coming in to get what's yours. And whatever it is that is yours is a new opportunity. It's something that you haven't done, but it's like you know you've wanted to do it. So it's so mote be. You know? Okay, Taurus. Let's do a last pull for y'all and we'll call it a read. The animal. Yeah, I mean the animal is the idea of loyalty and companionship. Um, and I feel like there's an idea here of having an opportunity to really go towards something that you love. And I want to say just like not having to do it alone. And I don't know who it is that you're pissed at or why it is that you're pissed and what it is that you feel like you were missing out on that this other person was doing. But I feel like ultimately the decision has been made that you're going to go for it too. I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know how it will play out for you, but I feel like there's a lot of justice in this movement because I feel like this has been something that you've been going through and sorting through and like gaining understanding and insight into who you are and how you tick and why you tick and all of those types of things, right? And so I feel like you are, you know, coming out of that, but coming out of that with a motivation to really go for what it is that you want to go for. And I want to say, you know, like somebody who's there to kind of help you along the way, because because you know, fear I think has also been a key factor in a lot of your reads as well. You know, and just like this well, you know, like I'm comfortable where I'm at and I don't have to really try for it, you know, like and it's not guaranteed, so I might as well just stay where I'm at, right? Like that's been in your reads too, and I feel like there's an idea here of like maybe your guarantee was taken from you, and now like I feel like it's like no, 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 like that's my guarantee. Um, I don't know. It's what's coming through. If you are interested in booking a personal read, please click the link in the description box below. If this is where we part ways, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Bye.